Hello everybody, welcome back to Super Tech Services. Today we got another special video. Today we have a newer Konica C750i machine. These are quite a bit newer. We've usually been rocking the 754s, which are great machines. But we finally got some of these 750i's in, and I wanted to do a video explaining how to update the firmware first. I'll be doing a bunch of videos on this new device, but I first wanted to get this out since a lot of you have been asking how to update firmware on these models, and I've been deferring you to other sources because I don't have anything here. I can tell you how to do it in the manual, but it's not really, I want to show you in person. So today I'll be showing you how to update firmware on a C750i Konica Bizhub. Okay, first thing you want to do while the main screen is on, you got everything here, is just go up right to the side and turn. Let me see if I can show you there. There's a little flap there. Turn off the main power. Make sure that is turned off. Alright, step one is done. Next up, you're going to want to insert your flash drive with the firmware. I'm going to go ahead and cut to my computer right now, showing you guys how to get these onto the flash drive. Alright, now we're over at the computer, and I just have the file that I downloaded, and we're just going to go ahead and run it as administrator and just extract the file. This is a .exe file, and it only works on Windows PCs. So if you don't have a Windows, hit me up. I can probably extract it for you, then send it that way. So what we're going to do now is go ahead and extract the file. This can take a while, so I'm just speeding up the video. And once finished extracting, you're just going to want to copy the folder that says FW00027 into the root of your USB. Now I'm taking all the files. You can take all of them as well, so you can see me copy all of them if you're just not sure, but you just need the one that says FW00027. Then what you want to do is just take that over to your flash drive, which now I'm on the flash drive, and just going to paste it into the root directory. What the root directory is the first directory, so you don't want it to go into any more files or folders. Just you want to paste it directly into the root like I just did. So you should, in theory, just see the FW00027 folder directly when you pop up your flash drive. Just like you see here, the other files are not necessary, but I just took everything. Alright, now that we're back from the computer, we have the firmware loaded on the USB stick, formatted with FAT32, and firmware file created perfectly fine, very easy. So let's just go ahead and throw that in right like so. One of these directions, it'll fit, I swear. One. This is always the hardest part. Alright, now USB stick is in place. Now, what you're going to want to do is come right along the back. Now, this is what's new to me as well. We normally don't ever have to do this, but there's a little flap right on the back of the main screen. Oops. Let's take that out of there and lift this up like so. Now, what you're going to want to do is press on the top button there with that little red dot. You're going to press and hold that while you turn on the main power. So let's try to do this at the same time and just hold it. You're going to want to hold this for, just hold it for about maybe 20 seconds or so. It doesn't really say in the manual, but just hold it for 20 seconds, then let go. Then that will boot us into the firmware screen. In theory, let's try it. Okay, now, so I'm pressing the button, and then we're going to flip the power on. Okay, power's on. USB stick is in. Let's switch around to the front, and then in a couple seconds I'll just go ahead and release. I'm pretty sure I can release now. Let's just give it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just for good measure. Okay, I released. Now, in theory, this should boot right into the firmware menu, and we can take a look at it there. Okay, screen's still booting up. We do have the black dot up top, so that's good. And it did. It has booted up into the menu. So now that's where, now if you just let it sit and don't touch anything, it will automatically just start the firmware for you, and then it will reboot and do everything for you, which is cool. Look, you can see the auto reboot. That's great. But if you touch one of these buttons, it should keep the screen here. So now you can just go through and select what you want. Normally you just want to do everything, but if you just want to be selective and just do the MFP controller, you can hit yes and then turn no on everything. I'm going to go ahead and do everything, but MFP controller, scanner printer, the ADF document feeder, PK for the punch unit, other firmware backup, that's cool, USB firmware backup, that's a new feature I don't know about, I'll have to look into that. That's cool. You got your finisher, auto reboots on, and then you have your language select, so you can select your different languages. I just need English, but I'll just leave it like so. And then you have your machine type that you will need to, you don't have to enter, it'll enter on its own. But if you don't know yours, you can check the service manual and it will show you. Then you can select the firmware. Once again, it's also already pre-selected, so we don't have to do anything. So now that we are good to go, you can even check, the fax port controller as well. So, then when you're ready, you can go ahead and press start. But like I said, if you just leave it and didn't touch anything, it will automatically start. Then it will automatically install and reboot for you, which is very nice. So let's go ahead and press start, and I'll come back when we're done. Okay, now the firmware is getting downloaded. You can see download, 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 download. So you'll just watch it. You'll notice that when it finishes, it'll automatically reboot, so you don't have to worry about anything. So stay tuned. Okay, we're nearing the end. It took about 2 to 3 minutes. You can see complete, complete, complete. Second page complete and complete for the fax board, PK. Last thing is just the scanner printer. And when that's done, it's just going to go ahead and shut itself off and reboot. And then when it does that, you can go ahead and just pull the USB out. So everything is complete. Let's wait for it to auto reboot. Must be doing that now because the power turned off. You can remove the USB and just let it power back on. Be sure to put the cover back on the back plate. You don't want to lose that. Wait for the device to reboot, and then we will check to make sure that the firmware installed correctly by going into the firmware menu and just checking the versions to make sure that they match, and then you'll be done. After loading firmware, the device can take a little longer to boot up, so don't worry about that. Just give it some time. It will eventually come up to ready. Okay, there we go. Sounds like it booted. Okay, very nice. Let's give this a couple minutes to fully boot up. Then I'll go into the service mode and check the firmware version. Okay, now we're just going to want to hit counter, display keypad, and then stop 00, stop 01. That'll boot us into our screen, and just hit the firmware version. And you can just go through and make sure that the ones that are updated have they match, and mine look like they match perfectly fine. You can go all the way down. It'll probably only change about the ones that you change, which is probably like mine. There was about 4 or 5 that changed, so you can go down to like the finisher, make sure that was correct, the ADF, the PK, and then just check and just make sure. But yeah, mine are perfectly fine. It updated very well, and that was how to install firmware on the new Konica C750i. Like I said, I'll be doing multiple videos on this. I want to test it out, see how it compares to the older 754, which these things were amazing. We still run these to this day, but they're about 10 years old. These are about 2 to 3 years old. Definitely see some improvements, but want to play with it and see what else it has to offer. And if you guys know anything about this machine, the pros and cons, please leave it in the comments. I would love to know about this. And I'm going to go ahead and end this video. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.